Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, guys. I want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as seasoned. I got a word for you. Tap in. So, guys, got a quick word. Won't be too long, so I think, but we shall see. But I wanted to share this with someone. This is not the year to waste time. This is not the year to procrastinate. This is not the year to procrastinate. Now, if I'm honest with you guys, which I'm always transparent, I'm not the most organized person. I'm not the most orderly person per se when it comes down to like to-do lists and things like that. Okay, this is what I do. Because again, we all have strength and we all have weaknesses, right? It's just that we have to learn to be intentional about the areas that we are not really strong and planted in those areas. So, okay, I'm this kind of person. I can write out a to-do list, right? And then I will get to that list. Like when I'm really motivated, I can knock it all out in one day. Literally, I will shut everything down. Phone, computer, whatever, I will shut everything down and I will knock that entire list out in one day. Same with writing. I write the way I speak. I just flow. So when I'm writing, let's just say I have a goal to finish a book in a month. I'm just throwing that out there, right? So when I first get the download to get to writing, or when I'm really motivated, I can, if I'm honest, if I apply myself, I can write that entire book in probably a night. Literally. The issue is when some time have passed and I'm not as motivated because that download or that word did not come this morning, right? And I'm not seeing it move the way I saw it when I initially got the download, then sometimes I'll put it down because it's no longer a priority, which it should be, right? Because any download that you receive, it's a download for a reason. Trust me when I tell you. It's a download for a reason. So I'll put it to the side and be like, okay, I'll get back to it. And then I'll pick something else back up. And sometimes I don't even realize or recognize that that thing I'm picking up is really a distraction from the very thing that I'm supposed to be working on. Distraction comes easy. Of course, we got work. Those of you with children, with spouses, with community, whatever. Distraction comes. And sometimes it doesn't even look like a distraction. Sometimes a distraction can look like something truly that is serving someone, which is beautiful. But then sometimes we can get that mixed up. Like God may have a whole nother person, right? Aside that you don't know about, who is designed to serve a specific person. But here you're serving that person out of heart and emotions, which is beautiful, but long as you realize and make sure that it's not a distraction from the very thing that you're supposed to be working on. So for me, what happened is the thing that I started and I was all motivated and I, really put my all into it in the beginning. When I set it to the side, I will always get some type of conviction, right? To say, pick it back up, right? Not always if it's a personal goal of mine, but if it's something that God needs me to be working on and I'm supposed to be working on that thing from spirit wise, I will always get a conviction to pick it back up. Now, the key is, are you going to pick it back up when you get the conviction? Oh, I'm going to pick it back up. And when I pick it back up, I get just as motivated as when I first got the download. So I'll knock it right out. Where some people will get the conviction and because they don't feel that motivation any longer, again, they just feel like, that was never God. No, that was God. Distraction just came along. And you know what's crazy? So last night I was inside, I think it was Walgreens. And I got a heavy conviction. I think that's what made me felt led to make this recording this morning. I got this conviction in the middle of Walgreens. And it just was like, Kizzy, what are you doing? What are you doing? You've been on vacation a little too long now. Like, what are you doing? You're having too much fun. What are you doing? When are you going to get back to what you need to be getting back to? So I pause in the middle of Walgreens and I'm thinking to myself, Lord, I mean, I haven't picked up a to-do list. I mean, I really check my emails. Like, okay, you're getting a little too comfortable. You know, you enjoyed your vacation. I'm still on vacation, actually. But I still need you to go ahead and get back to some things that I drop into your spirit. Now, and again, be mindful that these things are not a part of the distraction and the things that I drop into your spirit. You know what? It's already, what's the date? I know it's almost February. It's January 26th. Like, I mean, we were just saying Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, right? It's almost February. Before we know it, summer will be here. Before we know it, Christmas will be here again. What have we done? Now, granted now, it's kind of almost normal at times to like have all these New Year, what is it called? New Year resolutions. And it's like by a couple of months in, we're already kind of like backed off. But this year is different. This year, you can leave no room for, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it, but everything needs to be signed, sealed, and delivered. Sitting on your desk, sitting on whatever you got going on. Meaning, when the opportunity presents itself, you don't need an extra 3 days to tie up loose ends. That's what I was thinking about. You don't need an extra 3 days to tie up loose ends, right? You don't need an extra few days to finish packing the little bit of stuff in your closet, because you felt like you've already packed the whole house. This is to individuals who God is maybe asking to relocate or move or something like that. And you, maybe when you first got that download, like, okay, I need you to relocate because purpose is here. Your spouse is here. This is here. When you first got that download, let's just say a couple of years ago, you probably packed that whole house. And now the things are sitting in boxes and you haven't heard from God, or things hasn't moved as quick as you would like. You probably just already went back to pulling things out boxes. You know, somebody just got that. I feel like heavy in my spirit. You already went back to pulling things out of boxes. And before you know it, like, it's almost like you're still in that house and you know God told you to relocate, but because you're no longer motivated, because it's not all fresh and new, things still need to be done. But in this season, the doors are going to open so rapidly. If you are properly aligned, if you've done everything that God has asked you to do, when the door opens, it will be a smooth transition. Leave no room for the enemy. It will be a smooth transition. And even with some of us, if we're not fully prepared, we're going to miss the opportunity in its entirety. So we have to be sure that we get back to the download and to every single thing that God has required us to do. Again, I know some of you may have this on lock. My very organized, or especially my OCD individuals, you got this thing on lock. Like, everything is already packed up, stapled, taped, labeled. You're just waiting for the word. But then there are some people, now I'm not in this category, but there are some people who will literally get 25,000 downloads and never start one, out of fear, out of procrastination, out of this, out of that. So you have those group of individuals who just doesn't start anything. I mean, they got all kind of witty ideas that can make them wealthy, but they just refuse to start. And then you got the individuals in the middle, like myself, right, who get the download and who jump on it and who really be planted in that thing. And then before you know it, so long, some type of distraction come. And because you're not as motivated as you was, you kind of put it to the side, thinking you're going to get back to it with all the good intentions. You're going to get back to it. But before you know it, all kind of other stuff already creeped in. And now you have 50,000 open boxes. Those of you who are in brand new relationships are brand new dating ships, major distraction. Because when you first meet someone, right? Like, you're all over the place. You're traveling, you're going out to dinner, you're going here, you're just all over the place, right? And you're like on this cloud nine. So it's like you're doing all these fun things, which is amazing, right? But then we have to be sure that we have a balance. Like, okay, I'm going to enjoy this fun, but on Wednesday, I got to buckle down. I'm going to enjoy this fun, right? But from 9 to 2, I'm going to be writing, or I'm going to be doing this, and I don't care how much I want to go, right? I'm going to have to postpone that time. Distraction. I'm going to have to postpone that time until I finish every single thing that I'm supposed to be working on. I will leave no stones unturned. Is that what it is? No stones unturned? Undone? Which one? I'm going to have everything ready to go. So when I get a boom download from God, I can't say, God, wait a minute, I got to finish packing. Wait a minute, I got to finish this last chapter. Wait a minute, I got to still work on this credit. Wait a minute, I got to still, All that needs to be done. This is not the season to procrastinate. So I hope this encouraged someone. If that's you and you've like kind of put some things down, things that you know, right? Again, I'm not speaking about goals, right? Goals are great. I promise you. Work on your goals too, right? But I'm speaking about right now, the thing that God has placed into your head as a download that's going to benefit the kingdom one way or another. Again, that it does not mean it's pulpit, black stockings, white shoes, Mother Mary type thing. Beautiful, amazing. If you're called to the pulpit, if you're called church, absolutely wonderful. How chosen are you, right? But to those of you who are not, please don't think that because you're being called to write a book, helping others to, go through divorce gracefully, or even exercise, like your my personal trainers and things like that. Please don't feel like because they're not singing, this is the day the Lord has made over your head while you're working out or training others, that's not anything that can be a benefit. People health is important. In order for them to do the job in the church or wherever they're called, right? In order to be a blessing to others, they need to be healthy, right? So you see how it all connects. But again, society will have you thinking because, your calling is not sanctified, holy, holy, that you can't be used. And I just pray that you guys receive that, because I get so many emails where people say things like, well, I work at a daycare, but I feel like that's my calling because like I really love the children, and like the children are just like in this, awesome mood when they see me, and it's just my heart desires, like it just warms my heart every morning when I see these children, but it's not sanctified, holy, holy. Now, of course, no one used it. That's my thing, sanctified, holy, holy, right? Not even realizing that some of those children may not even have someone in their household to love on them the way you love on them, right? So you may be the only person that they see on a daily basis who love on them in that way, right? Not even realizing that it may be a mother that comes in there sometimes who, listen, life gets a hold of us in certain seasons, right? Okay. Mother coming in, and you can look, because you're connected. You can look at this mother and tell she had her wits end. She had her wits end, probably snapping on the kids, like just in here, because you're connected. Now when you take that child outside, or you intentionally walk outside with them, right? And now maybe God give you a download to share with her, and your obedience, rather than fearful because it's like, oh, I don't want to say it because maybe she doesn't know God, or maybe she might call the daycare and tell them that I spoke about God. Listen, I wouldn't care who you call. If God tells me to move, I'm gonna move. Period. Because I know if you want to fire me because I mention God, God will take care of me. Point blank. Period. Okay, but that's me. I'm not telling you to do that. That's just me. You not gonna tell me where I can and where ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. And before you know it, you have literally changed this mother's or father's mood. And now what you drop into their spirit, now they're not taking that stuff out on their kids because they're going through it, right? She could be going through it because eviction notice is on the door literally less than 24 hours to get her children out there. And because she coming in with the attitude, Satan will have you getting all amped up with her. Before you know it, you miss a whole assignment where God may have blessed you with the extra $100, let's just say, for whatever reason, right? And you blessed her, and that was the $100 she needed in order to save her place for her and her children. That's not a move of God because it ain't sanctified and holy. Okay. I don't know how you even get up. Do any of y'all work in the daycare? If you do, hit your girl up. Let me know. Okay. My personal trainers, my daycare workers. If that's you, hit your girl up in the comment section or give me an email. Send me an email. So yeah, I have to go, guys. But please, that conviction was so heavy to me last night. I was like, Lord, say no more. Say no more. I'm shutting everything down today. I'm getting back to it. I'm not playing. I'm getting back to it. Right. So if you've been having a little too much fun, I'm raising my hand. If you've been having a little too much fun, right, keep having fun, but just make sure you get back structured, ordered, things like that. Again, to all my procrastinators who never, ever pick up anything when you hear the download, listen, you might be missing $1 million idea. Don't play with it. Don't play with it, right? And I know it's not easy, right? Again, I'm a doer, so it comes natural for me, right? So I know it's not easy for a lot of people. A lot of people really struggle with starting, right? For different reasons. Of course, some people, again, are timid because they've been told all their lives that they will never be anything and your idea doesn't make right. But what better way than to prove everybody wrong? Just start, right? Give yourself deadlines. Don't try to push it. But every day you need to do something towards, that download. Ask God to give you supernatural grace to complete what you started or to get started. Lastly, my OCD people, my very organized people, listen, right? I tell you guys, I want those of you who have the gift of patience, right? And then those of you who have that gift of being organized, can you please just give your girl just 5%, 10% of that, right? I'm trying to think if I'm missing something else. Obviously I'm not, because it would come to my spirit. I wouldn't have to think about it. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. So again, I tell you guys, this is not the year to procrastinate. Tap in. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.